Well, it's great to get a series win in the first weekend. Tough way to lose the nightcap. But that being said, saw a lot of really good things out of our ball club this weekend. I thought our starting pitching was outstanding. Just very proud, obviously, of Davis Sharp and his first start on the mound. Pitched extremely well. Our bullpen did a phenomenal job. Every guy out of the pen today, was just superb. Holt Jones, unbelievable out of the pen in the first game today. And then you look at Marr and Weatherly, both did an outstanding job. And we start two freshmen. I don't think I've ever done that, but those guys, they pitched very, very well. Robo had some tough luck. Obviously, we lost the ball in a tough sky. He made really just maybe one pitch. That was a mistake. Give their hitter credit. Left the changeup up over the plate, and he hit a home run. But besides that, I thought he threw the ball extremely well. Struck out 8 in 5 2/3 for your first start in college baseball with one walk. And Sharp again was dominant in his start. So. We swung the bats really well in the first game, left too many guys on base, had some opportunities with runners in scoring position early in the ball game and didn't come through. But Bryce Teodosio, obviously, with the big grand slam, had a really good day at the plate today for us in the 5th inning of the first game, and then Hall, hit a solo home run later after that. Game 1, scored 7 runs and pitched very well. Game 2, got off, just couldn't get really anything going offensively early on. I thought Yarborough, their starter, did a nice job. They put the big inning up in the 4th. Davis Sharp had a monster game at the plate for us. We wanted to rest Wilkie, get Hackenberg a start. And I thought Hack did a nice job behind the plate. Wanted to get Davis. We felt like that was an opportunity for us to rest Wilkie a little bit and give Davis some at-bats, and man, did he swing the bat well. Again, maybe the best first day as a college baseball player I've seen, to pitch like that in Game 1 and to hit like that in Game 2. And I've been telling people since he's set foot on campus, we thought he was going to be a star. And you can see it today. It's why the guy's going to be special. And we had an opportunity there at the end, 4-3 game. You got to give Zach Green, their reliever, a whole lot of credit. He was really tough on our guys. But we had an opportunity there at the end. T.O. hit the triple, and we had the tying run sitting there at third base. And, I thought Chad Ferry was going to get it done. He's obviously very, very confident, and I loved his body language. And I told the guys after the game, at the end of the day, you want a group of guys that you can lose with, because you're going to lose games from time to time, but you got to feel good about how hard your guys compete. And I felt like our guys competed. And, even though Chad went down looking there, we had a love for him to get the head of the bat on the ball, especially with T.O. at third. We felt like we could score and tie that ball game up, but he didn't come through. But he was aggressive on the first 2 pitches, and, again, we'd I'd love to have been able to tie the ball game up. But, again, give Green credit. He was awfully good for them, and give their ball club credit for winning the nightcap. So we saw a lot of good things. I think we answered a lot of questions. We'll continue to look at some different matchups lineup-wise. But as far as our pitching goes, I thought it was an A-plus weekend, pitching and defensively for us. So saw a lot of good things, a lot of things to get better at, and we will do so. Well, we certainly do. The big thing for us, I think, going into this weekend, we've always felt like Davis was going to be a big part of our offense as well, but we didn't want to put too much on him in his first start on the mound. That's why we just wanted him to pitch in his start. Just wanted him to focus on the pitching side of things. I think if you asked him, he would have liked to have hit too. But we didn't want to put too much on him, I think, in his first start. So that's why we waited to DH him in the second game.
For Bryce, 2 extra bases, just pure hustle.
Yeah.
And then also this weekend I saw him get hits on fastballs and breaking balls.
Yeah.
Huge for him.
Yeah. Again, Bryce is just a tough kid. I mean, he's the kind of guy that's going to do those kind of things. He can really run and defend. He's got big time power. If when he hits the ball, he can impact the ball and he can do some damage. Again, he plays the game the right way. And you look at our lineup, we got a lineup full of guys that play the game the right way. You're seeing a style of baseball with some of the guys that we have that you haven't seen in the last couple of years. Guys that can run, guys that can stretch singles into doubles. Just guys that can do different things, steal bases, take advantage of plays. It was exciting to see. And, again, I think we can win in different ways. Would have liked to have won that last one tonight, but, I learned a lot about my club and very proud of our efforts.
Speaking of speed, you got to be pleased with what you get from Sam at leadoff.
Absolutely, yeah. He had a little bit of a tough, third game, but, you look at what he did in the first game today. Had a great day at the plate, had 4 quality at-bats, had a single, a home run, and 2 walks. He's doing a good job of getting on base. And he's an outstanding defender for us. So very pleased with what I'm seeing out of Sam right now, yes.
Coach Bird's still kind of learning the first base position, but he made a couple nice defensive plays today. How do you assess his progress there, and moving him to the cleanup spot in the second game? Kind of did the trick in his first at-bat, gave him his first hit, but he also had a few walks today.
We played him at first base the whole fall, and for a reason, just because we wanted to get guys like Sam Hall in the infield and give them different options. And I thought Bird was outstanding. He made a heck of a play on a ball hit towards the line. Did a nice job of picking some balls in the dirt. So I was very, very pleased with Grayson at first base. And offensively, we know what Grayson's going to give us. Birdie's going to be a good hitter for us. He's going to be in there, and I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to be a huge part of the offense. And we bumped him up to the 4-hole and put Sharp behind him, and had a big hit, scored a run, and we expect big things out of Grayson.
What does it say about Davis that the first one he pulls it?
Yeah.
And then as a freshman, sometimes we get pull out, and then he stays inside the baseball.
Yeah. Well, I thought it's funny. I think he thought he hit a fastball his first one out, and it was a breaking ball. He's going to come up here and say that it was a fastball, but it was actually a hanging breaking ball. So that's what good hitters do. They don't really know half the time, right? They just see ball and hit ball. So, but again, Davis is a special hitter. He really is. He's a special hitter. If he can gear it up just enough when a guy's got pretty good stuff. He can gear it up and dial it up a notch. And that's what the special players do. And, we could see it in the fall. He hit, I think, 6 home runs in the preseason between the fall and the spring inter-squads for us. You look at the 2 games that we played in the fall against outside competition, he was the best hitter of the day in those 2 games. So, he's a guy that, again, is going to be special as a pitcher. And at the plate. So I'm excited to see, what he's going to be able to do. And we just got to be careful with him. I think the big thing is we just got to try to keep him fresh and monitor his reps and those kind of things just to keep him strong and healthy for the long run. Well, the biggest thing that I can take away from this weekend is I feel like we're going to be I feel like we've got a strong pitching staff and a deep pitching staff. You look at the amount of guys that we ran out of the bullpen and the success that they had, and we didn't have to recycle any arms out of the bullpen this weekend. So that says a lot right there when you can run. I don't know how many relievers we wound up throwing, but, I think it was maybe 5 or 6. I think 6 different guys out of the pen. When you can run that many guys out of the pen behind your starter and they give you those quality innings like that, that's very, very encouraging. I felt like our defense was really good. Our infield defense, I think, is going to be a strength of ours. So when we have 2 catchers back there who are number 1 catchers. So I feel like our pitching and defense is in a good place. I feel like our lineup is athletic. We did a really good job of staying in the strike zone and winning 3-2 counts. We didn't come out of the strike zone a whole lot and took our walks when they tried to spin a breaking ball out of the zone. Our guys didn't come out of the zone a whole lot. Do we got to get better in some areas? Absolutely. We need to be better with runners in scoring position and those types of things. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We just got to keep swinging a bat. We scored 7 runs in a game, scored 6 in another, and tonight we had a chance to tie it up late and just couldn't come up with a sac fly or an opportunity to do so. But our pitching and defense was very good, and I think we've got a number of offensive options that we can run out there based on the matchup.
Here, is he okay? Just trying to get some other guys, see what you
Yeah,
out there.
yeah. Again, they were starting the lefty in the third game, and we wanted to try to get a right-handed hitter in there. Elijah Henderson's actually been one of our best hitters in the preseason, been swinging the bat well, and he can run, he can defend. So I felt bad for him. He just lost the ball, and that can happen to anybody. It's not his fault. And I told him that, look, it's not your fault. That's baseball. We've seen that happen time and time again at that time of day when it's, when it's dusk like that. It's tough to see the baseball, and he just lost the ball. So I feel really bad for Elijah, and he's going to get some other opportunities. But yeah, that's why we went with him.
When you replaced Kier after the 5th, when you got caught stealing, was he not supposed to steal there, or what was behind that decision?
No, I just wanted to go with defense. We had the lead at that time, and we feel like Majkowski, besides Teodosio, is our best defensive outfielder. So that's why we went with him. We just wanted with the lead right there. We want to play defense late. We play offense early. We play defense late. So we wanted to put our best, what we feel like is our best defender out there. And we're going to let Kier run. I felt like Kier got a little bit of a bad jump in that situation, but base stealers are going to get thrown out. They got to go. They got to run and take their chance.
Coach, how good was it to have Seth Beer back in the ballpark today?
It was great. It was great to have Seth here, and to be able to share that moment with him.